in front right now with Bailey Capella as they head into turn 2. It's Capella, it's Libby Lewis, 1 and 2. Novus not too far behind with Dorothy Curran Munoz. Capella now into turn 3. Can she do it for the second straight year, ending it on the bike for Theta? Bailey Capella has pulled away, and Theta, for the second year in a row, has won the Little 500. Stop me if you've heard that before. Etchison with it for Marion. Defended by Renew. Here it goes, that sidestep. Blocked by Renew. Volleyball tap up to Renew. It's a 3-on-1, and then Bako puts it down. McDonald with the long throw in towards Gumbali. Gumbali trying to chase it, and he was able to keep it from going past the goal line. Gumbali in the box. Gumbali scores for Indiana. And the Hoosiers take the 2-0 lead here in the 74th minute. Let's see if he downs Calarco here. This one is sent deep into right field. Going back is Koski, but he will watch it fly. So Calarco gets the best of his old Northwestern teammate, Ben Grable, and he has cut the IU lead in half.
They fake the give to Montgomery this time, completed across the middle to Mathis. Mathis going inside the 20 now. Mathis inside the 10, he's gone. 36-yard strike from Bryce McDonald to Bryce Mathis, his second touchdown of the game, and Cecina is back in front.
The Hoosiers having a block party so far, Ben. Yeah. 4 blocks in under 4 minutes.
4 blocks, 3 3-pointers made. I mean, that is the recipe to success. Something that we just hadn't seen a ton from Indiana so far in the year.
More McNeil trying to navigate the zone. Garzone feeds Amendola in the corner. She hits from deep.
Maine is going to crash on any pass that's anywhere near the paint, and that gives you just enough time to find anyone. You look at this Indiana team, you got 4 players who could really shoot the ball that are on the floor right now.
And of those 4, Amendola is the one you probably feel most comfortable leaving open,
yeah.
But she made them pay for it.
Shea Chesky, who, you know, just talent-wise, other than Garzone, might be the best 3-point shooter on this team, hasn't even got a chance yet.
Olivia Rockwood with the shot clock winding down again. Here's Caroline Dotsie, who just had 26 points and a 5th block for Indiana. Here they come in transition. Chesky streaking through the lane, can't get it to fall. Back the other way, here's Christopher. This Maine team plays at one of the slowest tempos in the nation.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. I understand what Indiana's going to try to do, and I don't hate Chesky taking that up. Even if that's something that against most teams you don't necessarily have the numbers for. This is a Maine team that doesn't play well in transition.
Hodgson, however, knocks down her second bucket, first 3 of the game for her. And Maine still within 6.
The 3-point ball is the only really thing that can keep them into the game right now with the level that Indiana's shooting at.
Garzone will try from the corner now, and the Hoosiers just cannot miss.
They're getting a lot of room, but still, that's not to discredit how Indiana's shooting so far. We knew at some point that was going to break out a little bit and regress towards the mean, and starting to see it right here. They can be a dangerous team when they start knocking these down.
Indiana has made all 5 of their 3-point attempts. Here's Hodgson, who has an early 5 points but couldn't get that J to fall. Garzone in transition. Chesky thought about it. Now the Hoosiers swinging around this zone. Chesky's open. Now she'll take the 3. Overcooked that one, and Hodgson comes away with it.
Yeah, just a bad pass, trying to get that rush a little bit.
Quickly up the floor comes Christopher, and she is short on that attempt. Chesky has it for the Hoosiers. They swing it to Garzone. Back to Moore McNeil, now Chesky. Inside, Garzone can't hit the jumper, but a foul after Meister pulled down that board.
I like the way Indiana's fought so far. Chloe Moore McNeil bringing the energy too is, I think, the biggest thing right now. Everyone, it looks like on Indiana, is just feeding off that energy. He's going to get a nice, well-deserved break right now, stirring the pot for Indiana.
So the Hoosiers, with 3.5 minutes left to play in this first quarter, lead by 9. They inbound to Lamandola, and she's open under the hoop.
those underneath out-of-bounds plays for Terry Moore, and that's what she's known for, and gets Lamandola set up with a nice, easy layup right there. Sometimes that's a hard thing to adjust for when you play a zone, but then you go to man when a team's taking underneath out of bounds. It can confuse the defense.
We talked about Lamandola making her second career start in place of Sydney Parrish, who has a knee injury. Riley Stark will have more on that later. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's Gallego getting her first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Maine's making some nice bucket. I mean, they're making some tough baskets down low. They're fighting through contact a little bit too. This is a team we talked about. They are, undersized against an Indiana squad. But
yeah,
this Indiana team is going to be tough to beat if they're shooting like this.
Indeed, this main team, as we talked about a little bit, missing Adriana Smith. She's out for the year with a knee injury. She was the AEC Player of the Year a couple of years ago, and while she's not the tallest, she really makes them pay inside. But once again, getting inside is the Black Bears with Sarah Talon, and they've made this a 7-point game.
They play 4 guards almost exclusively, Maine does. And what that does is that just draws some of the bigger players out for Indiana. Lily Meister and Caroline Striplin right here specifically. Striplin makes her pay on the other end, though.
Nice little dish from Lexus Bargesser, setting up Striplin, the Tennessee transfer, for the deuce.
Yeah, I really like Striplin this year. Everything in the offseason was about, okay, Mackenzie Holmes is gone. How does Lily Meister step up? It doesn't have to be one player who takes over that production down low. Striplin being a little bit of help there is huge, too.
Hodgson knocks down the 3, as Maine has now made 3 from beyond the arc. Bargesser with the ball for Indiana. She returned in that Bahamas trip after missing the first 4 games with a foot injury. And it gives Indiana another ball handler as a foul is called up top. Thank you, Kelsey. You mentioned it. Moore has gotten on base 3 times and scored both of the IU runs. Those came in the first and third innings as Jake Hanley sends one deep the other way toward left field, and that will leave the yard. A solo shot from Jake Hanley gets the Hoosiers lead back up to 2.
105 off the bat, and it went 398 feet, well soaring over the fence out in left field, way over the bullpen and into the trees. What a swing from Jake Hanley, showing off that ridiculous raw power.
The freshman gives Indiana a run of insurance, and you see the replay. He knew it immediately.
Left fielder Eddie Akopian knew it as well. That ball was long gone.
As that gets past the third baseman, Martin, on a sneaky blooper from Cooper Malamazian for the base hit.
Yeah, a high chopper there that just Martin has no play on, and neither does Chris Akopian, who is playing not too far into that shortstop hole.
So back-to-back hits to lead off this bottom of the 5th for Indiana. We've seen their bats today not really able to capitalize with runners on, but that could change here. Tyler Cerny shows bunt, and that one off his foot for strike 1.
Yeah, looking to get something going there. You have Denny and Koski next. Koski's had a pretty good day despite being 0 for 2. Made good swings. So we'll see here. Hastings still in the game. Had someone warming at the end of last inning before he got the big strikeout of Dickerson. Comes back out and immediately finds himself in trouble.
He's now thrown 47 pitches. This one's fouled back by Cerny for strike 2.
Tyler Cerny finds himself quickly down 0-2, so now he's going to have to battle and try to poke one out somewhere outside of a mistake from Hastings.
Throw back toward Malamazian at first from Hastings.
Indiana now has 7 hits and 4+ innings, along with 5 walks, but only have scratched across 3.
That one bounces about 4 or 5 feet in front of home plate from Hastings.
Well, luckily took a good bounce for Calarco, so he was able to knock that one down in front of home plate. That one takes a big bounce. It could go all the way to the net.
Helps that it was the off-speed curveball that it kind of just slowly got to Calarco. Here's the 1-2 from Hastings. Chopped foul by Cerny.
ton of off speed from Hastings. You wonder if Indiana's ever going to try to get moving on to second base, knowing how much off speed that is around the 77, 78 mile an hour mark from Hastings.
Another delivery from Hastings. Another pitch barely gotten onto by Cerny to stay alive.
Cerny out in front thus far. This is the kind of the fool of velocity here. Hastings only throwing 88, 87 miles an hour, but when you're throwing so many breaking balls in the 72, 75, 78 mile an hour range, 88 can look a lot quicker.
Cerny sends this one into center field and brought in without much issue by Elijah Lambros for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth.
A really quality swing there from Cerny. He probably had a good feeling that fastball was coming. Hastings did a good job elevating it, but Cerny got a bat to it right at the center fielder Lambros.
Brings up Hogan Denny. He walked back in the second inning and struck out in the fourth. So off speed to Denny finds his own for strike one.
Denny really struggled early in the year, could not find his footing in this IU lineup, and was slotted to play some right field, even some second base early in fall practices, and has found himself in the DH role for a lot of games alongside Joey Brinchevsky.
The 0-1 to Denny. Similar pitch for strike two. As Denny also, see him be one of those rotating cats and crew at third base also for the Hoosiers. It's the 0-2 from Hastings. Swung on and missed on a pitch well away from Hogan Denny for out number two.
Yeah, 3 pitches, 3 strikes there for Hastings. Sent Denny down in order there. That's the second time we've seen that from Denny today, going down on 3 pitches.
You see that one was behind the lefty's batter's box, and Denny couldn't hold off. Here's Koski, another one bouncing in front of the plate from Hastings. Koski, you mentioned it. This is a guy that, even in his outs, are loud outs. He makes hard contact, and that's something that I talked to Jeff Mercer earlier this week before the Indiana State game on Tuesday, and he's really proud and happy to see that from a freshman who this team didn't really expect to bat this season. He takes ball two.
It was so funny. His first appearances of the season for this team were actually on the mound.
Yes.
And it wasn't until I got to learn that he's actually a better hitter than he is a pitcher, according to so many guys in the dugout. And so when he got that opportunity, his first at-bat for the team came as a grand slam, the opposite field. We've seen that a lot with Tyler DiMartino coming in big moments, Ryan Gilbert early in the season in some round-robin play, and now Caleb Koski comes in for a big pinch hit at-bat earlier this year and makes a big moment. We've seen so many guys staying ready at all times.
He's ahead 3-0 in this count with Malamazian still at first. There's some sort of time called here by Bob Howard.
I think Bob Howard did not grant Hastings that it was in play yet. Hastings never looked at him.
So here's the 3-0 from Hastings. Finds the upper half of the zone for strike one. And Mercer said Koski just has almost an unwarranted confidence, right? He came in and said, I can pitch and hit, and Mercer kind of rolled his eyes. He says, everybody says that, right? But Koski has proven that he is a worthy hitter in that batter's box as Malamazian takes off and catches Maryland sleeping. As it's ball 4 regardless to Koski. And so now 2 runners on for Indiana with TJ Schuyler taking the plate.
It's going to be Jake Stadler, I believe.
Yeah.
Pinch hitting. We expected this, Zion. We expected this to come, especially facing a right-handed pitcher now, Jake Stadler, coming in. We expected TJ Schuyler to hit a lot with Ben Grable on the mound, but now Jake Stadler subs in to pinch hit here and will take over behind the plate.
These 2 catchers have been really interchangeable all season long for IU. Now with the runner in scoring position and 2 on, 2 out, Stadler has a chance to tack on to the 2-run Indiana lead. First pitch curveball sinks below the zone for ball 1.
Yeah, so many great spots thus far this game for Indiana. They found themselves in great scenarios in this spot. Here you have Stadler hitting in the 9-hole. In the worst case scenarios, if he gets out, you start the next inning with Will Moore once again.
The 1-0 from Hastings. Can't find the zone either for ball 2.
Hastings has done a great job thus far. Outside of the solo home run to Jake Hanley, gotten out of a ton of big jams. We'll see if he can do it here again with runners in scoring position for the Hoosiers.
2-0 to Stadler. Skied on the left side into shallow left field. And the shortstop, Chris Hakopian that is, comes over to make the play. So the leadoff solo shot from Jake Hanley extends the Indiana lead to 2 runs. But they're held there. 3-1 is the IU lead after 5 innings of play here from Bart Kaufman Field.
So Rowderbush back on the field for the second drive for Hanover after that opening drive touchdown. He fakes the give. He's going to look to throw across the field, and he has it complete. Past middle field at the 45-yard line to Kirby and Shelby.
Good job there by Rowderbush. He found his receiver, Shelby, down the field, and on one play, Hanover's crossed midfield into Manchester territory here.
Brian Shelby, the sophomore out of Lutheran High School down in Indy, has 4 touchdowns this year. A 3-time state champion at Lutheran. So 1st and 10. This time it's a give up the middle past the 40-yard line, still churning the feet up to the 39. So a nice gain on 1st down.
You see the strength there for Shelby, not real big, but you saw how strong he was eluding those tacklers.
So they use Shelby in the backfield as well. Second carry of the season, and he sets him up for a 2nd down and 4. Rowderbush with pressure coming, just swings it out to Huffman. Huffman getting toward that 1st down marker. He'll have a 1st down and a few yards more.
Huffman getting that screen pass, and once again, Hanover on the drive here.
This time they're going much quicker than they did on that first drive, just trying to catch this Manchester team off their feet. Here is a give to Huffman. Huffman gets up toward the 26 before being ankle tackled.
This offense just looks like they have Manchester guessing right now, just a step ahead right now is this Hanover offense.
Jaquan Williams made that tackle. It's 2nd down and 5. Rowderbush again facing pressure. He's going to look toward the end zone. Too far, looking for Peck that time out of the slot.
Now a little bit too far on that one for Rowderbush. Peck couldn't quite get to that one, and now a 3rd down, first 3rd down of this drive for Hanover.
We saw on the last drive, Hanover pick up a 4th down and a 3rd down. They get 42% of their 3rd downs this season. It's 3rd and 5 at the 27-yard line. Rowderbush fakes the give on the sweep, takes it himself, pushing his legs. Looks like he'll be a yard and a half short.
Yeah, but a yard short here, and no doubt I believe you're going to see Coach Theobald keep the offense out here on this 4th and very short.
We'll mark it 4th and 2, and Hanover will look to pick up their 2nd 4th down of this first quarter. So this time they take a little bit longer to get that play in before lining up.
Passing on a 42-yard field goal here and electing to go for it.
Huffman still the back. They send Peck in motion. It's a flip to Peck. Peck trying to get around the edge. Peck goes forward. He'll be close, and there's a late flag as well. Looked like he went down right around that 22-yard line that they needed.
Looks like Manchester saying the flag's going to be on Hanover, but we'll see what the official says here.
Holding. Offense. Number 68. 10-yard penalty for previous spot.
So the hold on Bryce Shepard, the left tackle, will bring this back even more for a long 4th down now.
Now let's see what Coach Theobald does. You're looking at about a 52-yard field goal from here, and it looks like he still may keep the offense out here on 4th down and about 12 now.
John, this is similar to that first drive when they picked up the 4th down. Now you're truly in no man's land. I think This last one, when it was just 4th and 2 up inside the 25, you could have considered kicking a field goal, but a punt here doesn't do you much, and it's probably too far for the leg of Clint Hearn.
And the way they've been moving the ball offensively, you know Coach Theobald has confidence in his offense.
So it'll be 4th and 11 for the Panthers.
A very, very big, this is a must stop right here for Manchester defensively.
Trips at the top of your screen for Ian Raudebush. Send one man in motion. Raudebush looking left. He slings it out and he completes it up toward the 17-yard line. It's Mason Williams.
Well, how about that for Raudebush? Finding Williams. It looked like Manchester was going to be able to get to Raudebush there, but rolls out of it and finds his open man to move the chains.
John, that's that classic scramble drill. Williams, I don't think his initial route took him there, but he just found some open space and got the first down.
And when you have a dual threat quarterback like that, he knows how to maneuver like that as well to make those plays as well offensively.
So first down at the 18-yard line. Raudebush today now already 9 for 13. As a little trickeration here, Raudebush looking to throw, rolling right. Sends it toward the end zone, and it's brought in and into the end zone for the time being is Eric Raudebush. And that is a touchdown. That was a yellow. I saw a glove come off. I thought it was a flag. That is a touchdown.
I thought it was a flag as well when I saw the yellow go down. But, yeah, the defender just lost his glove there. But, yeah, great job there. And 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for Hanover. And, again, Manchester facing that early multiple score deficit again that has plagued them all season long.
So just like that, an 18-yard touchdown pass from Ian Raudebush to Eric Raudebush and a 2-score lead for Hanover. As Hearn is on for the PAT, he boots it through, and Hanover's up 14-0.